What's up, YouTube? Out here checking on my beans real quick. Check this out. All these beans right here are growing like crazy now. Since we got all that rain, they really started coming on strong. All of these right here started coming back. You can see where I've had a little bit of browse in here. I found some little baby deer tracks up there. Them little suckers, them little baby deer been getting under the fence. Check it out right there, a little bit of brown. But man, all we needed was some water. Look how tall these bad boys are. Yeah, all of these beans, ever since we started getting rain, started coming back. I got overseeded it a few weeks ago. Got some clover coming up. But all we needed was that little bit of rain. It's supposed to rain quite a bit next week too. I still got bare spots in here, but you can see where I put out a bunch of ryegrass. Not doing anything yet. But I got new beans growing in here. So, I don't know. I guess the rain really helped. These up here where it was real sporadic have even started growing. For some reason, well, this half from that tree right there to that tree right there to that tree right there, all that stuff down there on this end is where I did the no-tip, and it came up. I'll squat down and let you look. This is eye level. It came up way better. Over there, I guess it got a lot of sun when it was real hot. But now that we got water, they're coming on strong. And like I said, the whole purpose of me having beans is they'll still be green here after the white oak acorns are starting to spoil. And then I'll be able to let them in here. So I won't be home to hunt till the first week. And then when I do, I'm gonna take the fence down. See what we can find out. Them filthy little suckers. It's a giant baby. Filthy little spotted mongrel is getting in here. I'm gonna just walk the fence, cleaned it off, and lowered some of the higher spots down. Give them a little shock treatment therapy this week. They need to stay out of here until it's time to eat. This ain't no open buffet. It's all little bitty tiny baby deer tracks. Mama's ain't getting in there. There's her tracks right there. She stopped. The little baby one went right on under the fence. Filthy little mongrel. Had to give them guys some white electric fence training so they grow up scared of it. But anyway, it's looking pretty good. Stand's going back in there pretty good ways, about 300 yards. They have been wearing this out. Like, I mean, wearing it out. Over here at the Salt Lick, the whole ground over here is turned up. Look at that. It's just straight dust. They've ate this, I don't know if you can tell, but they've ate that mineral lick down. Here was the original elevation. They've probably ate 4 inches of that down. They'll quit using it though. You can kind of see it right there. They'll stop using it. You can see the little concave in it right there. They'll stop using that when winter gets here. So, well, I still use it, just not as much. And now if we have the right wind, there's my stand is right there. And then I also have a tent blind right there. So those are just for the special occasions that I am able to hunt this. most likely, if I do hunt this, she'll end up being out of that blind because I think what them deer are doing is, best I can tell right now, of course, there's my blind. Those deer are coming off of this ridge back here. When they come into the corn right here, it looks like they're coming in from back here, which tells me they're coming off this ridge. I found their trails coming off this ridge, and they're working this way, and then they're circling this corn pile, coming in from right through there, based off the tracks and the trails. So I can get a good north wind blowing off this ridge this way. They should bed somewhere along this ridge. I can come in from a trail back here. I can hit the neighbor's property, which I want to walk anyway, and keep all the deer. I want all them deer to see me walking that fence line and stay away from that fence line. He tried to hunt on that fence line last year back in here. I'm gonna come down that fence line, north wind blowing that way, pop into that blind, come down. Where the hell is it? Hold on, I'm lost. Okay, I'll come in straight behind that blind right there, pop into it, and give it a shot. I'll only be trying that if everything is perfect and I can't catch them back in there in the woods. So I'll show you what else I did. I made this road right here. I made it right here on purpose, in my mind, strategically, to, you can see, I cleared it out and it runs up through there. It pops up on the main 4-wheel trail. And that's the one I use all the time. So I want them deer thinking that I'm always coming in from this direction. And then when it's time to hunt, I'm gonna come in from way back down there, about a mile and a half walking from the road. And then it's another probably quarter mile to the ranch house. So I'll walk from the ranch house down the road, up that side, slip in there. And if I don't hunt there, I'll keep on going that way and slip in up to my other stand. And I'm hoping that them deer are bedded. Any super smart ones that are trying to watch this trail are gonna be bedded right up in here on this ridge on the north wind, and I'll be downwind of them, and they won't be suspecting me because they're gonna expect me to come from this direction. I hope. You know, they're sneaky little scoundrels, little tricksters is what they are. Here's this main trail. It goes way down that way. It cuts up through there, and it even goes that way. Big opening just on the other side of this, and box blind up here. And these guys, they come in from this way, but no one goes past this point that way. And right up here, on top of that hill right there, is where I found that bed and busted that deer up out of there last year. And there's my road going in. So looks like they're following my little plan to bed right up there in that area, and then expect me and all the human traffic to come from this way or behind me and to go into the food plot right there. But in reality, I'm going past it and coming in from the backside. Woo, we gonna get them, baby. Just look at the trails coming through here. Right over there's my food plot. Right there's where I just was at. There's that big opening with that box blind, all this thicket right here. Look at the trails coming through here. Just perfect, like I had planned. Then right up here is where that deer was bedded the other day. Right back over on the other side of that. But I showed you guys where they're working around these briars, following these transition lines, and then there's some hardwoods out in here, but they're cutting through all this stuff, going down the edge of that ridge and working back to that food plot, just like I think they are. Of course, you know how that goes. You always got them figured out till you don't. So I want to show you guys why this spot is so special. So my kill plot we just left from, straight back that way. This ridge runs east and west. That's north. See where that ridge falls off? There's some brushy hardwoods in there. That's south. The ridge starts falling right there. So on a north wind, they're gonna bed over here on the south side with the wind blowing over their head, and they should cruise that side of that ridge straight to my plot. On the south wind, they should bed up in here on this ridge, facing that way, wind going over their head, and they'll cruise this ridge and come down and cut across right down there where we just left from and pop into that plot. And then the way that tent's set up, like right here, the southwest wind blows that way. It blows right into all the trails, all the four-wheeler traffic, all the human traffic that they're going to stay away from. It's blowing towards that. So hopefully they're going to come from the northeast side, come in, and when they go to circle and check it, I'm so far on the back edge of that plot that my southwest wind should just barely be out of their nose. At least that's the plan and that's the hope. I have stuff coming up in here everywhere. Little bitty baby greens. I don't know what's what because I am no farmer, but a lot more green. Look at all these little greens popping up in here. Here's the culprit right here. Filthy little bearded birds. These little suckers come in here and eat all the seeds up. I buried them pretty good last time I drug over it. You can't keep a turkey out of nothing. If he wants it, he's getting it. Little bearded bandits, what I call them. Got some stuff growing though. It's still the turd plot, but I don't know. They say you polish a turd and it's still a turd. So I might have a super shiny turd by the time season gets here, but we'll see. So I'm gonna show you guys what's awesome about this spot right here. Now, like I said, generally we have a southwest wind. So here's the turd plot. Back there's that ridge. Right down here, well, there's a stand up in that tree, but down there's that ditch is loaded with persimmons all the way down. There's a mineral site down there, but them deer, all that bedding is passed this way on top of this ridge. When season gets here, I'll show you. I don't like to go back this way very far very often. I kind of call it the sanctuary, but they travel this edge. They come up, they travel this edge of all that bedding on the north wind. They do the same thing over here on the south wind, but all the human activities on that side of the ridge. So a lot of times, there's my blind. A lot of times they like to cross over to this side. They like to cross over to this side here, and they'll come through there. There's several big, huge trails, which is why. All right, what's up, guys? So, anyways, my phone died. So, well, it didn't die, but it wouldn't let me make no more videos. So, it said I had too much, no storage. So, anyway, yeah. So those deer, they'll come out of that bedding area I was just showing you. And there's a couple box gun stands on the other side of that ridge, 200 or 300 yards away, maybe a little further. I think one of them's 300 yards, the other one's like 400 yards, and then that's really it. But all the guys travel on that next ridge over. So a lot of times some deer, they'll bed down in there where I call that sanctuary, which I showed you guys a lot of beds down in there, but they'll bed down in there and they'll work their way down that side of the ridge, the side of the ridge that I was on, where my little turd plot is. And when I get back out there, I'll show you right past that plot on down at the bottom of the ridge. There's just a maze of trails going from that food plot over to the Copperhead to the other food plot, and it's just littered with big scrapes. I seen countless deer coming out of there last year hunting, just nothing that I was trying to shoot. There's a couple in there last year that I'm gonna put on at the end of the video. I'm gonna post up some pictures, and you guys will see. I'll put some captions on there so you know, but that come through there last year, and they were very daylight active, and they're pretty good looking deer this year. Until I see them in person, I don't know if I'll shoot them or not, but my bow ain't very prejudiced. much likes to shoot everything. So we'll just have to see what happens. As long as they're legal for our camp rules, they're always in danger. So anyway, when I get back out there, I'm gonna get out there one more time before I head to Montana. I'll walk through there and show you guys all them trails and scrapes. I got an ambush spot in there on a tree I prepped last year and hunted. I didn't see anything out of it, but it's one of those spots where I'm literally hunting one trail, and that's really all I can see. It's like a 10-yard shot to that trail. If nothing comes down that trail, I'm not gonna see anything in there. Even if they were moving around there, I couldn't see them. It's thick. And then over on the other side, by a spot that I haven't shown you guys very often, called the Big Oak, there's a persimmon patch down in there at the very end of the food plot, just off. And last year when I hunted over there, I seen several bucks coming up out of that area. They'd come in and they'd come into the Big Oak, nibble on the corn a little bit, and then go back that way, and then turn and go left the same direction they were traveling when they came out. Drop off in that big ridge on the other side. There's a big creek bottom over there, but that's starting to get around other hunters. I don't want to get in their areas. But when I went back in there, I found all those persimmon trees, and the ground was just destroyed underneath it. So they were literally coming in there eating persimmons, and then right before dark, they would then sometimes hit the Big Oak, sometimes just go straight across. And there was only one tree I could get in there and be on a good wind. You can't hunt it on a north wind whatsoever, because they're coming all from the south. Any kind of north wind, you got a good chance of getting busted. But on a southwest wind, or pretty much any south wind, but southwest would be best. That tree was wrapped. It was about a 10-foot circle around it of briars. And I only got about 10 foot off the ground to the bottom of the stand. I don't even think it was 10 foot. I think I could reach it. If I remember, I could reach up and grab the platform. So it was probably more like 7 feet. So anyways, I went inside them briars and I just clipped out enough area that I could set up inside of it like I was sunk back in a big pillow or something. And it worked perfect. The deer came in there eating persimmons. It was too late. I couldn't see them. The only thing is there's no other trees to get in over there. There's some big trees, but it's on the south side of where you're at. And if you're getting, once you get over there, then your scent's blowing up in the persimmons. So if they skirt that, you're gonna be busted. So anyways, I'll show you guys that next time. I'll catch you later.